So I used EasyWebinar for the first time. The first webinar made, Casey, now it's up to like $14,000. You know, between
Nice.
Referring, products
To
and
the actual event and things like that. Yeah.
yeah, doing the replay, people coming later, not
Yep.
having the money to buy. What really drew me to webinars is the one-to-many sales, right? Like it's not one-to-one. Every other sales platform is one-to-one, and that was one thing. The other thing was that I'm a terrible salesman, so like I feel like if I can just be honest and be, really looking out for the people I'm trying to sell to, like I
Yep.
feel like that'll come through. That was a big reason why I got into webinars. And
You told me that while you've been building up this business, you still maintain I think it's a 9-to-5 job, right? Would you call that like another reason as to why you thought automated webinars might be the way to do it?
I said this to you when we were speaking. I said I just can't do the live thing. I'm sure they work really well, and I'm sure I'd be fine at doing them.
Yeah.
But it's just one more thing I just can't do.
I hear you. So the idea behind why you wanted to jump in and do automated events was to leverage your time, so you could be somewhere without having to be there.
But let me just say this though. I'm testing as well. Like I'm testing what it's like to have multiple, like 2-day available webinars, and then like 3-day, and then like 1 day. And
Right.
then, like, if the 1 day does better than the 2 and 3 days, I'm going to stop doing the automated and maybe move to, like, a live, because I'm just going to see what works. And
yeah, it's all about testing. Yeah. I want to ask you a quick question about how your EasyWebinar conversions were, because you had mentioned this yesterday, and I know, you test Facebook ads, and, some days they're good, some days they're not, but, you were mentioning that, yesterday, you were mentioning that you had how many cold signups did you have, and how much traffic did you get versus opt-ins into the registration page? If you could share that.
yeah, so of course I'm completely open to sharing anything you like. I had 30% conversion rate. I had a 30%.
Right.
It
From
was
cold traffic. Yeah.
right. So I had 76 signups. That's what it was. I had 76 signups, and I think we were doing the math, and it was like just about the same amount of people that came to the page or something like that. It worked out to be 30% conversion.
And now you're probably just testing that every day. You're checking it out, and as you mentioned already, the cool thing about what you can do with EasyWebinar, obviously, is like you can change those times around at any particular time that you want. So you can have an event that you run every single day, or you can go in and with one click of the button change that to running it on Thursday, at 2 different times, And the cool thing is, like, anybody who already signed up, like say I had somebody sign up an hour ago and I decide to change the event right now, it's not going to affect that person that signed up an hour ago. They're going to be still signed up for the event that they've signed up for, even if I change the registration page around. So
well, I'm glad you said that, because I wasn't sure. First of all, I think you need to use the data that EasyWebinar provides. So what I did was I set up like an entire week of like options, like 2 days, 3 days out, how many. And then what I did was I chose the most chosen time and day, and then I'm running a single event at that time and day.
Oh, so you cloned the events and changed the dates on those. Is that how you did it?
Yes, and then whatever I had the most signups for, whatever day and time that was, I made a one-time event at that day and time.
Ah, gotcha. That's what you could do with the software. It's almost like A/B. It's almost like split testing times by cloning, and then you can kind of do that. So you figured out what the day is that people preferred. So what was that? What day is it, and what time is that?
Okay, so for me and my audience, because again, you need to know your audience, right?
It's all about your audience. I mean, what Jason's going to share is not necessarily going to work for your specific audience, but I think it's good that we kind of get people share what their community likes. I want to see if it's something maybe similar to what my people like.
Okay, so I have 2 days. Thursday is always seems like the best, even at work. At my work emails, Thursday's a great day, and Sunday. The 2 days for me that were good.
What times do you do on those days?
So I always try to like time it around the East Coast, the West Coast, and like Central
Yeah.
at like their lunchtime, and then
Hmm.
like after dinner, and
Yeah.
then also like a morning time in case anybody's up early and they feel like watching it. So like 12 o'clock, and then like a 7 o'clock or 6:30 or something like that. Just those seem to work the best for me. I'm testing out lead pages right now, as you did, and I just want to say that one thing that I really love about webinar software is the notifications, and you lose that when you go to a lead pages. I mean, yes, you can have an automated sequence through Aweber or one of these things, but they don't work like the software works, right? Like the software can do it better, I think.
Well, and the software can do it in your attendee's own time zone. So if like you have multiple people in different time zones signing up at different times, your autoresponder won't be able to catch all that. In fact, your autoresponder is pretty much only really good for, say, a one-time, those one-time events.